Tell me when it's done.
ライガーとサスケは一体どんな結末を見るんでありましょう。トップロープにライガーがサスケを捉える。サスケの動きがかなり危ないぞ。さあトップダウン、垂直落下ブレーンバスター。
Stay ballsy. Don't take any shit from anyone.
We're live, Johnny. We're live.
On a cold, dark day, a light came shining through the bleak clouds, and riding behind that light came a mighty phoenix, and behind the phoenix, consuming its power, came the man you're all here to see. The leader of the Ramboja, John Rambo. Welcome to the show live, everyone.
I must confess, it is all true. Every piece of it. I want to thank Jushin Liger for our intro there. Did you see that?
I saw it.
That was pretty powerful. That is some powerful stuff. That's how you start a show, my friends. That's why this is the best show. I don't see Jay Leno having Jushin Liger come out and do some things for him. Right?
I have never seen that happen.
You've never seen it, because it doesn't exist.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome everyone that's watching on YouTube. All you guys watching live at justin.tv/StayBallsy. We welcome you to the show. The show. It's like Felicio for your brain. Do you like that?
You come up with the craziest catchphrases just ever.
Yeah, it's just, it's very pleasurable to your brain, your mind penis. Very pleasurable to that area. The mind and brain balls. It's very pleasurable.
And then when you open, you know what, I don't know if I want to take this metaphor any farther than we've already gone with it.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. Maybe later. We'll see what happens. So you and me were talking, we were going to have an interesting conversation before we started today. We were looking at StayBallsy.com, and we were like, let's look at some of the stats, because we actually never checked them ever since we opened the site. Like, we don't know how many people are coming to it or anything that's going on. So you open it up, and you're in charge of all the stuff, all the numbers. You're the numbers man.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're like, you start telling me some of the stuff that's going on there. It's pretty interesting to me. So why don't you kind of explain some of the things you saw, some of the frightening things as well.
Okay, well, I just started looking at how many hits we got. I'm like, okay, we're getting some numbers here. We're using this much bandwidth, blah, blah, blah. Getting a lot of hits on random days like, oh gosh. We got a lot like the 5th of October. I don't remember why. We just did.
Okay.
But I'm scrolling down towards the bottom of the sheet, and looking, okay, we got mostly people from the U.S. and Great Britain, followed by Slovenia, Canada, and Norway. I'm like, okay, it's pretty cool.
Right, standard.
Yeah, followed by the Russian Federation, Japan, and Germany.
Japan?
Japan.
What are they doing there?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, that's cool. That's
no complaints.
Yeah.
Then I get down there, and I see what search phrases people are using to download, to get to our page.
To find the site. So they go to like Google, Yahoo, whatever. Is Yahoo even around anymore? What do they use? Google?
Yahoo's around, but
all right. So people go to search engines and they search for things, and maybe they'll find the site. So what are some of the things that they've typed in and they came upon the site? Tell us all.
Nice choice of words.
Yes.
So the top 10 key phrases for our site.
Yeah.
You want me to go from 10 to 1?
Whatever you want to do. This is your time. Yeah.
Snowtober Fallout.
Okay, that was from episode of the show about a year ago. We had the Snowtober disaster. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Okay.
Stay Ballsy with one L.
Stay Ballsy with one L.
Yes.
People just spelling Stay Ballsy.
Yeah. John Rambo the show.
That's cool. Okay, makes sense.
That should be number 1.
This is number what? 7 right now?
Yeah, 7.
All right.
Number 6 is one word. Nazi porn.
Nazi porn. The thing that we're so against. The only thing that we're against. People are typing this in. First of all, who types that into Google? Some guy goes, I want to search for Nazi porn. And then StayBallsy.com comes up in the search engine, and he goes to it.
Probably the guy who created Iron Sky. Just saying.
I don't know what to say about this. I can only hope that they go through with this. They go, I want Nazi porn. They wake up in the middle of the night. I really want and need it right now. It's the only thing that's going to get me where I want to go, if you know what I'm saying. So they type it in. They go to StayBallsy.com and they see what I wrote, how Nazi porn is not good, it's not good for you, it's bad for your health, it's not good for society. And then maybe they realize this and maybe I help them in some way. That's all my only hope that I can, the only salvation I can see from this. Maybe I turn them against it.
It gets weird after
Okay,
this.
What else?
Slender Elementary.
What the hell does that even mean?
I think they're talking about Slender Man, which I'd rather not get into right now.
So how does the site come up? What does that have to do with it?
I have no idea.
This is something to do with you, I think, and your mysterious things that you do.
I don't do anything.
All right, let's continue. What else we got?
All right, next. This one's kind of just odd.
Yeah.
Panera Pumpkin Pie Bagel.
Like Panera bread.
Yeah, like Panera bread.
First of all, who's looking that up? Like Panera bread's like a store, like, do you need to really look it up? Before, like maybe you saw the commercial, you heard about it, right?
Yeah.
And instead of just going there, and the thing's probably what, $2 for the pie? What, $3? Instead of just having the pie, you got to go look it up and find a review or something, or someone talking about the pie before you'll go down the street to get it for $3. But it's because they typed it in and then StayBallsy.com comes up. Do you think they're upset with that?
Apparently, I don't know. Like, it's a bagel, for crying out loud. Who has to Google a bagel? Why?
Maybe this has something to do with like OJ, the OJ name.
Why is every weird thing involved with me?
I just feel like there's some kind of thing going on with you.
I'm the weird guy.
I'm saying, does it have like OJ in the ingredients? Maybe that.
Who puts orange juice in a bagel?
Look, I'm just trying to come up with why this is going on. All right, what else do we have?
I mean, some of the guesses are food porn. Maybe it's a fetish. I could swear Mooney said that he created the thread, but
Oh yeah, there's a thread about. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so the next three all make perfect sense.
Okay.
Stay space ballsy, StayBallsy.com, and Stay Ballsy as one word.
That's cool. People are looking that up, huh?
Yeah, but then the number one, 2 words.
Mm-hmm.
Nazi porn. Again.
How is it twice?
Below, it's spelled as one word. Oh, yes.
So the number 7 most thing is someone spelling Nazi porn wrong. It's someone that can't even type Nazi porn correctly. That's the number 7. And the number 1 is the most searched, the number 1 thing that brings people to the site. It's not JohnRamboPresents, it's not OJ, it's not, Ellen McClain or comedy or, superheroes or video games or anything that we kind of deal with. Nazi porn.
Which has nothing to do with us.
Maybe that's what the site should be. I'm thinking of this now. This seems like there's a market, more of a market for that than anything that we do.
Maybe not sure.
Maybe that's the road that we should be traveling. I mean, we've been doing this all wrong. What do you think about this?
I'm not sure that's really the ideal thing here.
Okay, well, I'm appalled. Appalled by all of you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think people
it just kind of makes you wonder. These people are out there. They're searching for this. They're out there driving cars, operating machines.
Oh gosh, hopefully not at the same time.
Most likely. So that's that. That was kind of really like an awakening. Really opened my eyes to a lot of things. I think we've been going down the wrong path completely.
You mean away from Nazi porn?
Yes. So OJ, I know you've had a very interesting weekend, or week actually. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you've been doing? What's going on with you?
I just hit myself in the face with my microphone.
Is that a no? Is it a yes?
I'll tell you what's going on, but I just accidentally hit myself in the phone. Oh my gosh, that photo of you is creepy.
Oh, you saw Rush last Wednesday, right?
Yes, I did.
How was the you didn't tell me about the Rush concert. How was this?
Oh, dude. So they played mostly their two newest albums. Stuff from Clockwork Angels and Caravans. I think it's Caravans.
Those are new albums?
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost exclusively.
Was Neil Peart there on the drums? He was like the biggest drum set ever. It's got like 1,000 pieces on it, right?
I rocked that. Dude, that thing was insane. He had like, not only did he have like 12,000 drums, he had like a xylophone up there.
There's like 7 or 8 different style cowbells.
It was ridiculous. Dude,
Yeah.
he had like a whole zicking farm up there.
Did they play the songs you wanted? Did you get your working man?
No, they didn't play the songs I most wanted to hear.
Did none of them? Tom Sawyer?
No.
Nothing.
Well, I've heard Tom Sawyer enough. I wanted Free Will, dang it.
They didn't
Or
play
Roll
Free
the
Will?
Bones.
So it was all the new songs.
All the new songs, Tom Sawyer. They did play Limelight, which is pretty sweet. And
Okay, there you
Spirit of Radio, which was awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
But I was really, really hoping they'd play Free Will or Roll the Bones or something.
Did that upset you? Were the people in the audience upset?
No, dude, it was awesome. They
What do
played.
you feel about
yeah.
that? Like, so, like, I guess it gets tiring because that's a band from the 70s. So, I mean, you play how many times they got to play these songs? So it's like we got our new stuff.
They have statistics on it. There's a website somewhere that tracks it. They played like Tom Sawyer several thousand times.
Do you understand that concept, or you feel like you would just do what the people want? Like
You gotta-
let's say, let me put it this way: 35 years from now, would you want to be saying digital gonorrhea and all these Ramborgia, all these other things? Would you be tired of it at that point, or would you just be like, oh, okay, that's cool?
I'm still uncomfortable saying digital gonorrhea.
You never liked it in the first place.
Well,
Okay,
it's a somewhat unpleasant metaphor if you really think
How about
about
brain
it.
fellatio? Is that okay? Is that
That's
better?
a little bit better though. It's a little. It's
All right. Well, do you understand what I'm
blatantly
saying,
sexual.
though? Do you feel like?
Yeah. I think
okay.
that they did the right thing. They played their new songs. This is what they wanted to do, and playing their old songs as an encore just to be nice. I think that was really kind of them. They didn't have to do it, but they did.
Okay, that's good.
I got to tell you though, the some of the effects they had in the background, like it was very steampunk, very
really?
steampunk. Yeah, a lot. And they had some crazy stuff, and for no reason, like a giant scientist head guy just walked on stage. The camera didn't point at him. He just wandered around, looked at things, and disappeared.
How were the people at the concert? Was there some illegal things happening? Did you partake in this yourself?
I didn't see any illegal stuff happening,
get
and the weird
involved?
stuff.
No.
No, but the two people ahead in front of us were diehard Rush fans.
Yes.
But they kind of just stood up the entire time. Like they were the only people sorry, bad image. They're the only people standing in front of us, like immediately. So like my friends couldn't see around them. And then when they sat down, they didn't sit in the seat. They sat with the seat folded up and like sat on the armrests.
Wow.
Yeah.
All you gotta do, you just have a soda and you kind of spill it on top of them, and they'll go away. That's how you handle those situations.
You know what was great though?
Yeah.
We get there and Rush comes out on stage, after the little video intro, which was actually really cool.
Yes.
They just went there and went, so hi, we're Rush. We're to get started. What we're going to do here is play about 3 hours of music, maybe more, and just went right into it. Just like right in.
That dude can still sing like that? The high
Yeah.
pitch? That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's not 100% perfect, but
So you had a good time at the show.
it was awesome.
You know what the best band ever is, right? Do you know? Do you know what the best band ever is?
Rush?
Spinal Tap.
I
That's a
can't
fact.
argue with you there.
That's a fact.
Oh, one more thing about Rush, if I can
Yes.
remember what I was about to say. Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
realized something when I was at the concert.
Yes, this is your show. Go ahead, talk hours on end. Go ahead.
I don't know if I've said this before,
Yes.
but 4 out of the 5 bands I've seen are Canadian. Like, not counting conventions, Jonathan Colton, Paul and Storm and whatnot, because that's at a convention. But bands that I've seen, like, at a concert specifically for them,
You love yourself some Knuckles.
I don't get it. Like,
You
Rush,
love the Canada.
Rush, Metric, Bare Naked Ladies, Half Mile Run, and then the 5th band, of course, was the Monkees, which is not
So
Canadian.
the Bare Naked Ladies. When was this?
When I was at school.
Oh,
And
okay.
do you have a problem with that?
When they were around.
Yeah, they were around.
Maybe Canada's like calling you, man, 'cause you love the cold weather, and you like the Canadian music. So there you go. Traditional Canadian music, like the Bare Naked Ladies. There you go.
Yes, because that's 100%. Well, it was funny too, because over the weekend, I felt bad. Like we ended up hanging out with somebody from Canada, and like the entire night, all we ever did was keep talking about Canada, blah blah blah, Canada, blah blah blah.
All right, so you brought it up. Let's go
South Park in
let's
Canada,
go
blah,
into
blah,
this.
blah.
Let's go into this, okay? So you were sent on a mission this weekend. I said, OJ, I cannot make it. You are the lone representative of the Ramborgia, of the StayBallsy nation. It's time for you to go out. I can't always be there for you, babysit you, take you places, hold your hand, help you cross the street, do things like that. I said, John, you have to go and learn to be on your own. And you went to New York Comic Con. You were there over several days.
Several days.
Several days. Let me first ask you the important questions. So you had a table and everything with Carrie and Carol Ann, I believe. They are Wink. What is the name of the?
Athena's Wink.
Athena's Wink. You find them on Etsy. Very nice people. They'd let you join them and all that. You had the StayBallsy shirts. How did we do with the StayBallsy shirts?
We sold a bunch.
We had the exclusive white version, the white variant, and we had the black. How did it go? What happened?
It went pretty well. We had a bunch of the loyal Ramborgia come by, and they're very kind, picked up their shirts. Mooney reserved one of the shirts in advance, which is pretty awesome.
A pre-ordered shirt?
Yeah. If he hadn't done it, he might not have gotten the one he wanted.
Yes.
But yeah, people came by, every day. Hung out with Raven Primo, and I got myself and you copies of a particular newspaper, which may or may not mention us inside.
Yeah, it was at the newspaper that I did the interview for.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Do you have it with you right now?
Very nice. I actually have it in the other room because I don't plan
that.
ahead.
Okay, don't worry about it. So you were telling me something interesting that you're not saying now for some reason. But you told me that people were buying the StayBallsy shirt, and they had no idea what it's about, or who or what we do or anything like that. They just like the saying.
Yeah, actually, someone at the booth next to us came over when I wasn't at the table and bought one of the shirts, and then was telling me later, "Oh yeah, it's great, I love it. Is it pre-shrunk?" I'm like, I don't know. And then he's like,
"Do you want it to be?" And he's like, "Yes." She's like, "Yes, it is, absolutely."
Well, then what's great is he's wearing he's wearing a t-shirt over a long sleeve shirt.
Mm-hmm.
He takes his t-shirt off, and then switches it for the StayBallsy shirt, like at the end of the night.
And he had no idea that what it was about. He just liked the thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. I think maybe they've got something going here. Maybe we should do just become clothes people. We'll have different things. We'll open like a store in the mall, a StayBallsy store, and it'll just be like a brand. It's a brand.
It is a brand. It's
a brand, and you could have like capri pants. I don't even know what those are, but you could have them StayBallsy on the ass. Those like the chicks wear the pants.
Juicy.
And it says something on the back.
Is this gonna say it on the crotch?
Well, you can't put it on the ass because that'll be copyright infringement. You'll have to put it like right. Yeah, just right there. StayBallsy, right on the crotch, going vertically down.
Oh, dude,
you think
that's
But that's kind of it's kind of interesting though. People just like the thing, the name.
I think it's good though. It's a good slogan. I'm very happy that we ended up with it.
Yeah, we should probably just kind of copyright on it for stolen.
I mean, yes, it totally is. No one.
Oh yes, we already did that. We've done that before.
Yeah.
All right, so the big question here, like with the remaining shirts, are you going to put them up for sale?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to be doing that today?
Yes, sir.
Well, can you do it or not?
I can do it after the show.
All right, so maybe by the time this is on YouTube, the remaining shirts, the white, there's still some white left?
Yes.
The white and the black StayBallsy shirts will be up for sale for $20 at geekfiregifts.com/shop.
Yes.
And all proceeds go towards helping us, make more stuff. We have probably never made profit doing any of this stuff. So it definitely helps out, because it goes towards, things. And we're getting ready for Schnozman Hole Punch, and there's a couple things, that there's some new costumes and whatnot that I'm spoiling things, you're getting upset, but that we need to do. And I don't know. So yeah, if you want the shirt, it's for, the holidays and all that stuff, that will be available over there. So that's that. What else do you have to say about the Comic-Con?
Well, I was there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the artists, okay, so if people remember, there used to be a New York Anime Fest and a New York Comic Con. And then a few years back, they merged. slowly but surely, the New York Comic Con has been eating, destroying, and excreting the New York Anime Festival, and I believe that this year they finally killed it completely.
Yeah.
It's dead.
So what? They took over and then killed it?
They took over. They still had some anime guests this year, but didn't really focus on it. They got rid of the Anime Artists Alley. They had one Artists Alley, which was about 90% comic artists, which is okay, because they're really awesome. But there was no space in the Artists Alley for anything that wasn't drawn or flat. There was maybe one person who had sculpture, one person who had little standees, which, you drew on a flat surface to get that standee, so yes, it still fits. And everything else was just art. And, man. It was just kind of depressing. So everyone who made handmade stuff had to go to the exhibitors hall where you were playing with the big boys. Like, you're next to stores, you're next to G4, you're next to CBS News, for crying out loud.
CBS News?
There was some news channel.
What do you do with
there.
that booth? You go there and you go, what's going on with the selection? I heard something that's going on. And they'll tell you?
No, you know who was there? The folks who do the Jerry Springer show and I think Maury Povich and whatever. Those guys were there. Like, they were in our aisle, like 4 booths down.
Jerry Springer is actually my favorite superhero, so that makes perfect sense that he's a Comic-Con.
But it was kind of sad. I mean, if you're an artist who doesn't draw or paint, you really didn't have a place there, and it was kind of sad.
Yeah, well, that's how these things go. And when something becomes popular, the corporate entities step in, and they mine it for all it's worth.
Yeah.
And then they kind of destroy it, and then it kind of has to rebuild itself again. So maybe 7-8 years it'll be back to what it was.
Yeah.
After they've destroyed it.
Yeah.
After people realize, wait, I don't want to spend, $50 to go to a convention anymore.
Now, the worst part about this was, like, every year the convention just sells out, right? So this year they thought, you know what? Instead of buying most of the building, let's buy the entire building.
Really?
This is what I heard, all right? This might be factually inaccurate, but this is what I heard from a lot of the exhibitors. So they reserved like the entire building and ordered more space and then sold more tickets.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening was they had all this extra space, but most people went to the same spaces.
Yeah.
So despite despite having a lot more, people in the same spaces, they had a lot more people. It was super crowded. They actually put out a notice Thursday night saying there's too many people.
You may be trampled. You may die.
Dude, they said there's too many people. So we're opening the convention at 9:30 instead of 10. So you have to have someone at your booth by 9:30.
But how's that even going to help? Because not like the people decide, I'll go a half hour. I'm going to go a half hour earlier and leave before I was like, how's that going to help anything?
It didn't. But let me tell you, though, now that I'm done ranting and being all what I did see was
angry.
really awesome.
You're a very angry man.
Yeah, but what I did see was really cool.
Okay, what did you say?
I went over by the Wii U booth, and they had some pretty sweet stuff there. I got to play Tank, which is a game I actually played in the arcade in Vegas with Belmore 07. And the Wii version was very true to the arcade original. At least it was as fun as I remembered. And the controller was surprisingly comfortable. They also had Assassin's Creed stuff out there. The new Devil May Cry had a demo. What else was really cool? There were some great deals on comics, and I ran into an artist I met a few years ago.
What was going on, like Marvel and DC? What was happening with them? Anything? This was Comic-Con that you were at, right? It wasn't something else?
Yeah, it was Comic-Con, but I spent most of my time at the booth and in the Artist Alley where it was indeed George Perez I saw. The line for his autographs was absurdly long, so I didn't get to do it.
Stan Lee show up?
Yeah, I think he was there. Yeah, he was, and a friend of mine got to hear him playing Connect at, say, Excelsior.
He played Connect?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But, so what ended up happening was a few years ago, I was dressed as Monarch Henchman number 24. My stanza! And whatnot. And I walked over and I saw there's this guy who had worked in background for Venture Brothers, a man by the name of Denny Fink. And I saw he had this picture of Brock Sampson fighting Henchman 21. It was beautiful. It was like in the DC style, so it was really, really like hardcore sketch. And I bought it from him, and I talked with the guy for like 20 minutes. He was awesome. So I didn't see him last year. I come back by this year. The dude remembers me. He's like, "Oh, I didn't recognize you without the costume on." Yeah. And the sketch he has right out front, Cyclops.
I recognize you by your insanely long ponytail and 1920s hat.
But I ran into him again, and it was a lot of fun. Like meeting an artist who's like in the industry and stuff, doing all this, doing things, And again, he had a beautiful sketch right up front. But I don't know, like the part of the fun is running into some of the people who work on the things. Like if you ever heard of the comic Skull Kickers, it's pretty interesting because what they do is they sell the comic in stores, they sell trade paperbacks, they sell hardcovers. But they also release every single panel online on their website, just maybe a few issues back behind the actual comic. And, if I hadn't seen the website, I would have never known to buy the comic. It's really good. And the people who are there, really nice. They signed everything. They talk with you. I think the real important thing, the best thing about Comic-Con is going there and just meeting some people in the industry who'd otherwise not get to talk to.
So have like an open mind about things and whatever you run into, that's what you run into. And yeah, I was bummed I wasn't able to go. Next time. Sounded like you had a great time, though.
Fun.
How'd you do with the candle stuff?
Yeah, what about candle stuff?
How'd it go?
It went all right. I didn't sell as many as I sold in the Artist's Alley 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But also this year I was in a booth with some excellent hat makers, sculptors, and button makers. Just, going to say hi. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Ryan. Thanks for helping out. Hi, Mac. You guys are awesome. But it was a fun time. I mean, I was in a booth with like talented artists and whatnot, and so we were competing against the rest of the people in the exhibitors hall and ourselves. So I'm pretty satisfied, though. It was fun. I covered my ticket, so
right on.
Yeah.
Any other anything crazy happen? I know you were in like the hotel room. Was like a bunch of people in there. Smelled.
Yeah.
How was it?
Well, one other thing.
The smells. I want to know about the smells. Come on. It was okay?
There actually was every now and then walking through the convention some horrid smell. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But some of the coolest things I saw, the DeLorean from Back to the Future, the Mystery Machine, and the original 60s Batmobile.
Wow. Did you go inside?
Pretty sweet. I did not.
What was the Mystery Machine from? The 90s movies or the 2000s?
Yeah.
That's what it was from?
I think so. They actually had a screenshot of the Mysteries Inc. in the front of it.
Was Mark Hamill there charging $100 an autograph like last year?
I don't think he was there. I do not think that he was there. I did see him. But what they did have was they had a Tomb Raider archery tent.
What is that?
Exactly what it sounds like. There's a target, you get a bow, and you shoot at the target. Like, not even kidding. Not only that, though, they had a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show, alley, like a sewer, like under there with fog machines, and they had the, They had the ooze in the corner, they had TVs going on.
What exactly is the ooze? What is that made of? Did you taste it?
No, it was actually just kind of green light.
Did you try to mutate yourself? Did you pour it on you? Insert it?
I'm already mutated.
Insert it rectally? Orally? Did you? No? Ears? All right. It sounds like you had quite the time there.
Yeah, I mean, I bought way too many comics, some art, but, it was pretty cool, and I wish I had hung out with my friends a bit more, because they ran into some really nice people. They ran into voices of people from shows. Okay. So after the convention, I think Saturday night, there was a quote-unquote after party in the basement of a bar nearby. It was for Image Comics, and there met Brian K. Vaughan, the guy who wrote Y the Last Man, and he was giving out autographs.
You went to this after party?
Yeah.
Is this like an exclusive thing to get into, or how'd you get in?
No, you just give them $10 to charity.
Did you say I'm OJ?
No, I gave them
OJ.
$10.
Come on in, sir.
No, the $10 did it.
$10?
Yeah, that was it.
A $10 bribe, or is that like for a ticket?
$10 for a raffle ticket and to get in. I don't think you had to, but it was strongly encouraged. And yeah, we didn't win the raffle either, which is kind of a shame, but we tried our best.
Yes.
Like, it was weird though, because we got there. It was maybe 9:30, and it was super crowded. But I always felt so sheepish going up to the guy, because like I don't want to bug him. He's at the bar. He probably just wants to have a drink, and enjoy himself. And then he's like, "Nah, dude, I'm here to get people to come down here and give money to charity. This is why I'm here. There's no problem."
You actually told him that didn't want to talk. You were afraid to talk to him.
I told him I didn't want to bother him, but it was pretty funny. Like I'm talking with him, and he says, "Can I draw you a terrible picture?" I'm like, "Okay." So he draws Ampersand, the monkey from the series, and then draws a big ampersand on his chest. And for the life of me, I couldn't remember the name of the monkey until 2 days later.
Wow.
Even though he drew its name on the chest.
So did you have to pretend that you knew the name? Like when he gave it to you, it was like awkward?
No.
Like, thanks,
No.
that's my favorite guy. My favorite character, the monkey guy, yeah. No.
No, I did get called out for having a Darkwing Duck sticker and forgetting the name of his arch nemesis. But that was a different story. But
Yeah,
you mentioned the hotel room.
This is why I wasn't there.
Yeah, you
tell us
mentioned
about
the hotel room.
Yeah,
there were 4 of us.
Yeah.
And there was a king-size bed, a couch, and I brought my air mattress. And basically we put one dude on the couch, 2 people were on the king-size bed, and I brought my air mattress. I filled the thing up. It filled up the entire front of the hotel room. So basically, if anyone had to go to the bathroom, they had to climb over my bed. It was pretty awkward.
At least they did it. They could have just stopped where you were.
Well, that's a funny thing.
Wait, what happened?
The second night, there was going to be a 5th person staying over.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know what? I live pretty close by. I'm just going to get my suitcase and go home. I'm tired. She came in, saw the bed, and the bed was blocking the suitcase because it was so huge, locking it underneath the desk. So she walks over to the bed, sees that she can't get in without climbing over the bed or pushing it out of the way, and just kind of goes to sleep, like, in the hallway of the room. I felt so bad. Like, didn't ask me to move, didn't kick me over. Just
Well, it sounds like you had a wildly crazy time.
Yes.
Hopefully I can join you once again.
That would be really cool.
Did you miss me at all, or are you happy I was gone?
I kind of missed you, man.
You did, huh?
It's nice having somebody. Yeah. Unfortunately, you wouldn't really have fit behind the booth, but it would have been nice to have you around.
Oh, I thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I see how it is.
Oh, and of all things,
Yeah.
guess who showed up on Sunday?
Who showed up? Tell me.
Chap. Our friend Chap, the
Chap
actor.
was
who
at
saw-
Comic-Con. What did you
Yeah,
do?
he made it on Sunday. He hung out for an hour and then helped us clean up. A good man, folks.
Awesome.
You're a true friend when you help someone lift their strange plushies and candles and take them to an unmarked van.
So, John, sounds like you did a great job representing us at Comic-Con. You will be rewarded nothing for your efforts except for my words, which are pretty empty at this time. So, last night, presidential election debate. You thought I
Yes,
screwed up
indeed.
there, didn't you? I was going somewhere with that. Presidential debate last night. Did you watch any of it?
No, I was...
Things got pretty heated at points. They were yelling at they were right next to each other, going back and forth. Obama did a titty twister to Romney. It was very painful. There were some controversies.
Is that a metaphor?
Yeah, of course it is. What do you think? And
Literal?
so all kinds of things going on. And I'm an undecided voter. Until last night. Because last night I kind of made my choice. And because of this, all things that happened last night. So there's an article I want you to read out to everybody. And this kind of helped me make my decision. So why don't you check this out?
All right, everyone.
Yeah.
This article comes from Salon.com. It is entitled, Green Party Candidate Arrested Outside Debate.
Yeah.
Green Party presidential candidate Jill Stein and her running mate Sherry Honkala were arrested Tuesday night attempting to enter the grounds of the Hofstra University presidential debate. Stein and Honkala were met by a line of Nassau County police as they approached the debate grounds entrance with a group of supporters. We are here to bring the courage of those excluded from our politics to this mock debate, this mockery of democracy, Stein said in an impromptu press conference before her arrest. Stein and Honkala attempted to enter the debate hall, but were pushed back by police. They were eventually arrested for blocking traffic when the two sat down in the street outside the university. According to a release from the Green Party, the presidential and vice presidential candidates spent 8 hours in police custody, quote, handcuffed to a metal chair in a remote police warehouse on Long Island, close quote. Honkala, a renowned anti-poverty advocate, called her incarceration, quote, extremely uncomfortable, but standard for what so many Americans face on a daily basis in our corrections system, end quote. The Green Party nominees will appear on 85% of ballots on Election Day and are polling at around 2 to 3%. Stein has earned the endorsement of Noam Chomsky and Pulitzer Prize winner Chris Hedges. However, the Commission on Presidential Debates stipulates that a candidate must garner at least 15% in national polls in order to participate in debate events, like Tuesday nights at Hofstra. Gary Johnson, the Libertarian Party presidential candidate, complained earlier this year that the CDP is designed to protect the interests of Republicans and Democrats. By Natasha Leonard.
Yes. The greatest democracy the world has ever seen. That is what we are taught, John. That is the country we live in. The greatest democracy the world has ever seen. Yet you get a choice of two candidates that are very similar.
Hey, one note. We're a republic.
Okay.
But I agree. Both represent. We really got the What do we have? We've got the corporate party. Yay!
Yes, you have the one party with the two faces on it, with slight differences, things that they argue about that are, they try to. There we go. So, I think we'd all be better off if there were multiple candidates.
Yes.
If you had multiple choices. And as an undecided voter, I decided I will not be voting for Obama or Romney. I'll be voting for the type of people that may believe in what they're doing so strongly they'll be arrested for it. I may not vote for the Green Party, but we'll be voting for one of these different parties.
Vermin Supreme, obviously.
Right. And obviously they have no chance in hell. But I think the more votes that you give these people, the better off it is. For instance, I believe if one of them gets like 5% of the vote, there's different things they can do later for the next election. They can get different tax things.
Yeah. Either.
And I'm a believer that like Gandhi said, you must be the change that you want to see in the world. So I want to see people vote for have more parties, and you got to kind of put your vote where your mouth is and try to expand on that.
You know what I got to say?
Yes.
Zod 2012.
Zod would be great. A great president. Wasn't that a thing at one time?
Yeah, actually, I wonder if they've updated it. It used to be Zod 2004, Zod 2008.
Right.
And I think it's finally dead.
But I found a website that has all the different people that are running. There's a lot of people.
Really?
They're not all on every ballot because you have to have a certain per state. They can't all make it on.
Yeah, it depends on the state.
But there's all kinds of parties. There's a ton of parties. There's like several socialist and communist parties. Did you know about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There's like many of them. Like can't all the communists come together and have one major party? Isn't that the idea of socialism?
Well,
that there's like one powerful thing that kind of gives to everyone else. I don't know. But, Roseanne Barr is actually running for president. Did you know about this?
What?
Yeah, the Peace and Freedom Party, Roseanne Barr. She's running. And I wonder, it's obviously like a publicity stuff. I'd wonder, she's probably got millions of dollars. I wonder how much she's putting into it. That's how you know if she's serious about it or not,
I still think most of the problems with politics stem from money.
Everything's about money.
Yeah, well, he who makes the most ads wins should not be
right.
What happens here.
Right.
And it's kind of a bummer because, how are we going to get around that? Spend tax money on it? People don't want to do that.
Did you break your microphone?
No.
So that's what I'll be doing. And I'm ready for this to be over. It's getting annoying.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to stop having to hear attack ads in Connecticut between Linda McMahon and
That's a heated
Mr.
race.
Murphy.
That's really close. That's one of the ones to watch.
Oh my gosh, I'm tired of all these ads. I just, like,
Yes.
they're so mean-spirited. It's like, Chris Murphy's been having a bad week. Well, too bad he's been lying about Linda McMahon. I'm like, I don't care. Put Radio Rock back on.
Yeah. Do you think things are going to change so drastically depending on who wins?
Things are going to
Like, if
change.
either one of them
Feel it.
win, is it really going to, like, things are going to change so much?
Depends on who you want to be ahead in the Senate, really.
Yeah, I think people also think the president has a lot more power than they do.
The president has nowhere near as much power as people ascribe to him. The president's not going to magically turn around and fix everything. The president doesn't make these orders and have them magically happen overnight.
Yeah.
A lot of this junk has to get through Congress, which is like designed to be really bad at doing things.
Yeah, and a lot of these things that they go, like Romney will go, I want to do this and that. This will fix everything.
Well,
It's a
part
lot
of
of the stuff will never like go through. Like, it's like just hypothetical stuff that sounds good, and you go, oh, this guy's going to do that. But there's no guarantee they can even do these things.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know how hard it is? Like, Congress was designed to be really slow at passing laws to keep people from just going nuts and passing things willy-nilly. It's supposed to be an involved and drawn-out process.
I love how they all beat up George Bush so much.
Junior?
Oh, George
HW?
W.
Yeah.
George W. And he
yeah.
was awful.
Excuse
He
me.
was a terrible president. I remember people like during that time period, people would like defend him. Like people I was friends with, we'd get into like arguments about. They'd be like, "Oh, he's doing the things we're supposed to do." And now here we are, and people just look back at it like, "What did this guy? What was he thinking?" It's pretty unanimous. Like Bill O'Reilly of all people says we shouldn't have gone to Iraq. Like he said this now. Like we should have gone. And then you have like Romney last night. Like his whole thing is to try to separate himself from Bush. So there's a point where he has to be like, I'm not him. I'm nothing like him. You know, it's like their own party has to be like, I know. So I don't know.
Whatever you do, Mr. Bush, do not endorse anyone.
Yeah. You don't see him like going out there campaigning for Romney because they don't want him to. You know, he was pretty bad.
I mean, George Bush is basically the 2012. The Bobby Valentine of the 2012 Red Sox. Like, no, he's gone. Forget it. Don't want to deal with it. Didn't do a great job. We're out. Bye.
Yeah.
But thanks for trying.
Remember that in 2000 when it was like there was no president for a while, or they didn't know who won?
Well,
That was
it was
pretty awesome.
basic.
There's just things have broken down so badly. And I remember we were like 18, 17. So like this is the future that we're going into. This is the world we're entering. We've just become adults, and these idiots can't figure out who the president is. Can't wait.
It's just I don't want to think about that election. Can we not talk about that election?
It's pretty frustrating. I understand where you're coming from.
This entire political system has caused frustration. I know it's better than it could be, but it's still not great.
Yeah. Well, that's that. Anyway, I saw the Dark Knight Returns animated movie thing.
Oh.
It's part one. They're just separating it into parts.
Of course.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Really?
I thought it was pretty fun.
That's
they moved a lot of the political things, like Nixon was the president in that, like he was still the president.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of political stuff, and
was he still president in this?
No, he's not. Like there's no mention of that. They kind of removed it.
Oh.
Because they don't want to get into that area, I guess. But it's kind of like what made the book so cool because it was a timepiece as well, you know.
Well, it
was about the Cold War era.
That's what like fiction from a time period should be.
Yeah, but they kind of just removed all that stuff from it. It felt like it was incomplete. It was about an hour and 15 minutes. So,
Really?
Yeah, because they cut it off, because then they can do the next part. But it was
So they
fun,
can get
man.
more money.
I don't know exactly what the idea is there. I guess they could say it was too long, but then this should have been like an hour, almost 2 hours or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, a 2-hour movie. This is horrible. No one will buy that. Ooh, who can't wait to see The Hobbit?
Right, 5 hours. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I would say watch it. I saw it on the Xbox. It was like $2 or whatever. So I'd watch it for that. I wouldn't want to like own it or anything. But it's got good stuff in it. It's a good story.
I remember reading the book and realizing, wow, Frank Miller is way too smart for me, but this is still awesome.
It's like a diluted version of the book, but the book's so good that still makes it good. Even diluted, it's still good.
It's like drinking white grape juice. I mean, that stuff's really strong and really good, but even if you add it to water, it's still pretty sweet.
I also saw Arrow, which is the new CW show.
I saw the first half of Arrow.
So half of Arrow.
Yes.
I just think it's cool that this stuff is so popular now that even like the Green Arrow has a show. Because I think when like Smallville came out, I think it was hard for just to do that. Just like Superman, it was hard to do those. They didn't even want to do that.
Smallville made it for a bunch of seasons.
I've actually never seen it.
Me either, but my older roommate watched it.
I just never watched it because I always read comics if I wanted to Superman.
Yeah,
but I think it was a challenge for them to even make that show because Superman. But now like superheroes and this stuff and this culture is so popular that they can do the Green Arrow and make that a show, and that's a really cool thing.
It's Starling City.
I feel validated in myself because I'm like I always like the Green Arrow. You and me are big fans of Green Arrow.
Yeah, I mean, I loved Green Lantern was like my favorite DC superhero, and then once I found out he was best buds with Green Arrow, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, we like the Kevin Smith run that he did in the beginning.
Yeah, that was
or the relaunch.
Wait, you mean Quiver? Or are you talking
Quiver,
about
Quiver.
That was really good.
And I have like a ton of I have like maybe the first like 100 issues or something.
Nice.
But so we're big Green Arrow fans, and I thought the show was good.
Yeah, the first half hour has been pretty sweet so far. I mean, I have no idea what's going on, but it's pretty good.
It's got some good stuff. It kind of makes me laugh because some of the monologues he does. I don't know if you heard
I heard. Oh my gosh! It makes you laugh.
It's similar to the stuff we've been doing, like Schnoz Hole Punch, which we kind of make fun of. And he's like, "While I was on the island, evil washed over my city. It's time for me to go clean it up." It's like, but they're trying to be serious. It just makes you laugh. It's like, what? Like, who talks like this? This is like ridiculous, but
a little over dramatic.
Yeah, I thought it's really good. It's got that CW like remember the WB? That's like the same network, right? It turned into the CW.
Yeah.
So it's got like that vibe.
Yeah.
It's like if the writers of Dawson's Creek wrote a superhero show. That's like what it's like. It's not bad. It's got that soap opera thing. It's got like the sister and the mother's like evil, and it's like soap opera-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot more stuff in there than I remember from the comics, but
yeah,
they started it off with just so much drama.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool, man. So I'm gonna be checking that out.
I mean, I'll watch episode 1. I might even watch episode 2 until I have to pay for it.
Right, I'm gonna do it. So let me ask you a question. So we got the Green Arrow show. We got the Superman show. What other shows would you like to see based on superhumans?
Well,
beings.
I'd say Green Lantern, but I saw the show on Cartoon Network.
A Green Lantern live show?
Disappointing. Dude, nothing is cooler than ring fights.
Green Arrow's to me, he's kind of like the Daredevil of DC.
Except
he's like the really awesome, like underrated guy on the roster.
Yeah, like he's a dude. I mean,
and he kind of gets screwed over, like similar to Daredevil, where they're really great, but there's like a guy who's more popular that's kind of similar to them.
Well, like who's similar to him in this thing?
Well, Green Arrow's kind of like Batman-ish.
A little bit, yeah.
He's way different, but for someone that's just like,
oh,
let me just look at this quickly, like a casual person, they're going, that's like a Batman story. He's like a rich guy that had a tragedy.
Well, that's part of the problem.
He's actually really different than that.
Well, that's part of the problem with the New 52. They made Oliver
made him
Queen,
more- yeah, they
Green
made him
Arrow,
more
way
generic.
more too much like Batman.
You mean him way generic, yeah. In the
Yeah.
comic, like, Green Arrow's supposed to be the liberal superhero.
Yeah, like, dude, I have it behind somewhere. I've got Green Arrow and Green Lantern, like this book. I'm like, sweet, they're gonna be team fighting. This is gonna be awesome. Instead, they're going across the country with one of the Guardians of the Universe, talking about being liberal versus being conservative, and teaching Hal Jordan a lesson about authority. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, a lot of politics on the show today.
I know, it's ridiculous. Like,
But yeah, there's a little more things. Like even in this show, I think he like killed somebody, which I don't think he does kill people. The comics, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, dude, there is a pretty cool Easter egg when they show the island.
Why? What?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell me. Go ahead.
There's a mask with an arrow through it on the island.
Yeah,
And
what was
a
that?
brick shot. Someone told me that it's a particular DC character's mask.
I don't know. Well, they're supposed to have
Deathstroke.
they're supposed to have like cameos on it.
Yeah, because that's supposed to. I've been told that's Deathstroke's mask.
Like I've said before, let's go back to that question. What other shows would you like to see? I'm thinking Howard the Duck. It's a series.
I would watch that.
I know you would. I know you would.
You know, who doesn't get enough respect? I mean, honestly, I think Aquaman's pretty cool.
You know what I saw with Aquaman related? I went to the big mall the other couple days ago. They have Aquaman Converse All Stars.
What?
Shoes. Yeah, the Aquaman. The Aquaman version. I was like, wow. I was thinking about getting them, but then I'm like, well, I'm not 12, so I can't do that. But that was pretty fun. I'll send you a picture. I'd like to see Wonder Woman get something. I think they tried to do a show, but they didn't pick it up or something.
Oh yeah, with Wonder Woman wearing jeans.
Yeah. Didn't work out. All right. I also saw they're doing a Freddie Mercury movie.
Yeah, but they got oh gosh,
Sacha Baron Cohen.
yeah, who is actually a really talented actor.
He's probably my favorite actor that there is. You want to
I
comment
don't
about
blame
this?
you. He's incredibly talented.
I feel like he's the best actor that's out there because it's not like the Borat stuff. Like he's out there that's acting to me. Like
Yeah,
I think
like-
there's a lot of people that can go, okay, here's the camera, here's the studio. Now play your part and memorize your lines and do it nicely. Like I think a lot of people could do that, but he's actually portraying a character in the real world. When he goes out and anything could happen, he's got to improvise with it.
And you have to think, what would that character do?
What would the character do? Yeah, that's acting at the highest level, I think, right? Becoming the character in a real life.
Like, improv is mad tough, man. Like, and he's got to do that in the middle of the city with all these people and not break character, even when they get really upset with him, which they always do.
Right, he's got to keep it funny and make sure, all that, so. See what he does with that.
Hopefully it'll go well. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know too much about Freddie Mercury's life, but it sounds like it was a very crazy one.
Let us do some comments, sir. What do you say?
All right.
All right, go for it.
This one's in
What's
all
going on,
caps.
you all right?
What?
You okay over there?
Yeah.
All right. This is like you almost fell down or so. What happened?
I had to make sure not to lose any wheels from this chair when I moved.
Oh, yeah, you got the crazy chair. I forgot. It just looked
Yeah.
really strange when I was looking at what was going on there. I was like, what is happening?
So, okay.
All right.
This is in all caps, folks. From Long Live Cows. I listened to the show in the car with my mom. She loves it. Big smiley face emoticon. Nice.
I never knew that we were popular with the moms.
Well, we got to be popular with somebody, I guess.
Oh my god! Wow.
What?
We gotta be popular with somebody.
It's a joke.
So we finally found our audience. You're saying
Yes?
we finally done it, moms.
Yes.
I did not know that moms were into this.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You gotta
it's
start
cool.
tailoring the show more towards moms.
Well,
Have recipes
now during
Um,
my days, during my days, I have gone through a lot of yellow plastic gloves, and I will tell you that the best brand is Pure Power. Definitely pure power. They've got the long cuffs. They don't
What are you talking
break. What?
Dishwashing?
Yeah, I gotta wash
That's kind of
dishes by
offensive,
hand.
dude.
It is.
That's
I'm
a little,
sorry.
That's a little offensive.
It actually is really offensive. Oh my gosh.
That is horrible.
Oh my gosh. I knew I didn't get enough sleep
All right,
today.
this is your mom's can clean the toilets. This is the type of brush. This is the kind of thing OJ
Wow.
brings
What?
to the show.
What side of the bed did I wake up on today?
You have
Probably
5
the
seconds.
a-holes.
5 seconds to apologize.
Yeah, I
One,
apologize for
two,
that. I just thought,
3,
like,
4,
I'm sorry.
5. Done. You're
I-
done. That's it.
nothing.
You got nothing
Aye.
more. All right. Thank you to all the moms out there, and that's awesome. That it was always interesting to think that people actually listen to this thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's weird. Like, are people really out there?
Yeah. And sometimes I get stuck in the 1950s.
Like, is this chat room just OJ with 100 accounts typing things? Sometimes I think.
I think it probably is.
All right. Let's
But
go to the next
anyway, so our next comment comes from Omega Weapon X2. I love that in the related videos, I only see Rambo's vids. Smiley face emoticon.
Yeah, there's something going on with YouTube right now where it's like, you put a video out and there's all kinds of crazy stuff shows up in the side panel, like the recommended videos. It can be like all kinds of random, like, wild, wacky stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what I kind of figured out, if I always use the same tags, and I have tags that are pretty unique, like only I use these tags. So I have like gonorrhea. I have,
Can you imagine what video you would find? Like,
surprisingly, there's not
besides
many.
your own?
Surprisingly, there's not many.
Really?
So I always put like
Videos of
JohnRamboPresents.
gonorrhea on YouTube. There's a reason you don't see that many because
I
it
know.
is so gross.
I kind of broke the system, so I figured out a way so only my videos show up. So I kind of use tags that like no one else would use. A couple strange things. I'm not going to go into all of them. Gonorrhea is one of them. Ramborgia. Hairy nipples.
Well,
I don't know. Just different things.
I guess.
Yes. Yes. So.
Sorry, I just pretended to lift my shirt.
So that's kind of like this thing I figured out. So if you put videos out and you don't want other people's stuff showing up, I would say just kind of have your own tags that are your unique things and always put them first. And I don't know. It seems like it worked out. I'm not really sure if that's what happened, but yeah. There you go.
Oh dear. So, okay. Now, if we haven't angered all of the females and mothers listening, here's a comment for you guys. OMG, a girl! Fat ballsy! From Shinakuma21.
Yeah, I don't really know what's that referring to.
You don't know?
No, I don't understand what he's doing, but I understand what does that have to do with the show.
Because they
I
found
can only,
out.
only thing I could think of, like, the last couple of weeks, like, my girl has been walking by. She's like, where is she? I don't know where she's at right now. But she's been walking by, so maybe that's what's going on. People see her. If that's the case, I'm going to tell her, because I think she'll probably be pretty flattered about that. I would be flattered if someone told me that to
okay.
when I walked into a room. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So I don't know if that's the case. Well, I just thank that gentleman for that comment.
Okay.
It was very complimentary.
Okay. So, Killer Omen says, lol, sexy fish.
Yeah, that was in reference to you last week. We were talking about these Halloween costumes, and they try to make everything sexy for the ladies. Like every lady's costume. I almost feel kind of bad because I feel like I'm just like a regular lady. I want to get a costume, and everything's got to be some kind of like real revealing thing or like a sexy fish, the ridiculous stuff. The one I saw the other day, because I was at the mall, right? So I went to check it out. Sexy firewoman.
Oh, she's hot.
Is that? I've never heard of this. Is this like a fantasy? This is like a fantasy people have. Like, my room is burning. Oh, here comes the sexy firewoman to save me. And then you while the place is burning to the ground, you make love on the floor. Like, what? Is that something that people have? Is that like a fantasy of people's? Is that your fantasy? What?
I don't know, but there's not enough fluid to put out the fire.
Oh, that is disgusting. Filthy.
I know, I'm a bad person. I'm sorry, folks.
But yeah, it's just really just out of control, I think. What?
Yeah, like why would there's sexy everything? There's sexy, dude. And some of them aren't sexy, but they're just couples costumes. Like
Some of them aren't sexy, but they try to be.
no, like there's a socket and plug costume, like an electrical socket and plug. Seriously.
What?
It's an electric. Like one costume is a dude in an electrical plug with the prongs sticking out, and the other one is a woman, which is an electrical socket where the prongs get inserted.
So she's a sexy light switch?
No, she's a sexy socket.
A sexy socket. Well, that's kind of sexy. I have to admit, that's pretty sexy. I'm not going to lie about that one.
They have every... Dude, so someone linked sexy Bert and Ernie costumes.
Where'd they link it?
In the chat room.
A sexy Bert and Ernie?
Yeah.
Where is it?
LaughingSquid.com.
Send me the link right now. Oh, here it is. Hold on.
Oh, dear monkey pants. Okay, those of you watching on YouTube, just pause for a second.
Oh,
We'll wait.
God,
Actually, maybe you should go.
That's beyond insane.
That's just... Oh, and there's a rubber ducky on her
Honestly,
butt.
you guys in the chat right now, is that a fantasy of anyone's ever? Did someone come up? Did anyone ask for this? Did anyone ever want to see this?
A sex muppet?
Like you see Bert and Ernie as a kid, and you go, you know what? One day when I'm older, I want to fuck them as women. Does that happen? Does that happen ever?
My fondest
I don't
wish
know.
is that Bert and Ernie changed genders, and they loved me at the same time. Because all those people going nuts about whether Bert and Ernie are gay, if they were female, would you think they'd have the same reaction? I don't know.
You know those people that complain that all the world's becoming like overly sexualized and this is all these things are happening and we're overly sexualizing things and blah blah blah. You know what I'm talking about? I used to look at these people like they're a bunch of crazy people. Now I'm like becoming one of them because you see these things and you kind of go, yeah, it's true. Like this is unnecessary. All right, that's the end of that. What else?
Okay.
Yeah.
Our next comment is, I showed the StayBallsy t-shirt to a few coworkers down at the docks, and they all want to buy one. Haha, from Nutmaster.
That's cool. I put that one in there because I thought we were going to talk about the shirts, but we already did. So we don't have to talk about that again.
But yeah, they'll be on the site soon, man.
Yeah, hopefully by the time this hits YouTube, they'll be up if you guys want to check them out. That's cool because we don't, that'd be cool. I don't know.
All right.
And we're hoping to get one more shirt for the holidays, and I think it will be the Schnoz Man shirt, the official Schnoz Man T-shirt, which actually just showed up right now, amazingly, and coincidentally, of course, 100%, in the slideshow. So that will be on your. That will be the new shirt. Along with the
go
other
figure.
shirt.
I mean, how did that possibly pop out? I don't really understand.
What happened with that? You never told me. Did you go over there today?
Yeah, I went over there and I ordered the shirts.
So we are getting them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's not that many, right?
No, we're getting 22 plus
Okay.
some props
What does props mean?
for the show.
Oh, props? What do you mean props?
Fine, for costumes for the show.
For Schnoz Man and Hole Punch?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you were talking about for sure.
Grr.
All right, so we're gonna have the Schnoz Man shirt and we're gonna have the StayBallsy shirt going into the holidays. It's pretty cool, man.
So yeah,
Please,
I mean that's
please
really
pay
great.
us. We are very poor.
Oh man, after all this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, we do have one more comment.
Okay.
Oof, excuse me. Oh dear, Bob.
Yeah.
Okay, our last comment comes from Dude Guy 1354. Oh no. And after that Bert and Ernie comment, here we go. Mr.
Yeah.
Rambo and Mr. Harrington, what would you two do if for one day you two were Miss Rambo and Miss Harrington? In case of confusion, what would you do if you were girls for a day?
Wow. You've thought about this before.
Well,
Late at
hopefully it wouldn't be. Yeah. Anyway.
What do you have to say about it? What would you do? Would you wear like a nice dress? Would you go out?
Yes, I would definitely go out into public and see how people react to me. I would stare at myself in the mirror and then eat like a pint of chocolate ice cream because hopefully my body won't accept the ice cream and I'll when I transform back to my state of being me again.
Yeah.
You know, like if I go back to my body state before, dude, I could eat everything. Just as a shape-changing thing. But no, honestly, I don't know what I'd do. I mean, it would really freak out any and everyone who knew me if they saw... Like, if you were suddenly a girlfriend, it would freak everybody out.
Well, maybe you're completely changed. You don't look anything like yourself. I think you're going too deep into this.
Well, it's either that or say the ones that people always say.
You're not supposed to look at that. You're supposed to go, what would you do for a day? You don't go, what people would know who I look like.
I mean, it doesn't...
You're going into all kinds of different scenarios that are involved.
Dude, what shouldn't matter what my my gender is? I'd still like the same things. I'd be the same person. I just wear different underwear. Well, I guess not actually.
Well, would you to see, what I'm talking about? Would you, would you?
You'll just have to guess.
That's disgusting. Of course,
You're the one who's like.
But I was, of course, talking about making toast. That's what I was talking about.
I'll make toast, all right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah. You know what? If every man was a woman for a day, I think it would be productive. Because I think it's always good to see how the other people are.
No, I think that's completely true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think for the most part, from what I've seen, from having girlfriend, sister, mother, things like that, I think things are harder. It's harder to be a woman, I think, in this world. And I think if men experienced that, perhaps they would have a better appreciation, more respect for the opposite sex.
I think you're right. I mean, well, I wouldn't. I think it would be if everybody just switched right back. Everybody switched. I think we'd all get a lot more perspective, and we'd all be a lot more messed up in the head. Can you imagine like doing what you do, knowing how 50% of the world like view it? Like, that's gonna be weird.
Yeah. I just think in general, not even like just gender-wise, but I think a lot of problems that people don't or hate each other or don't respect each other, things like that. A lot of it's because you just don't. People are so focused on themselves, and they don't. Well, what is this person experiencing? Or what are they going through? So I think it's always good to kind of think of things that way, different perspectives.
Isn't that kind of what a sociopath can't do?
I don't know.
I think I forget the exact definition of the word, but isn't a sociopath someone who can't empathize with someone else and can't really understand how what they do affects other people?
Right.
I think that might be it. So, if you can't do that, you're not going to treat people properly if you can't empathize with them. And I think it might make the world a little bit of a better place.
Right, exactly. But just to answer the question quickly, with one word, what would I do if I was a woman for a day? Masturbate. That's my answer. Let's move on. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, let's move on as swiftly as we can.
What else you want to talk about today? Got anything else?
I thought I did.
Okay.
But now I can't remember for life. What?
Take some calls? You okay?
Yeah, I'm just a little brain dead today.
Yeah, you've had a long weekend.
Yeah, also, I don't know if you noticed, but I got it's just been it's been busy. Very busy.
Okay. When's Halloween? Is that next week?
Halloween is in fact 2 weeks from today.
Okay, so we'll have to be some time to put something together. Maybe do some kind of special Halloween deal.
Well, yeah, I do know that the day before Halloween, I will be doing something crazy.
So you want to do the Halloween show next week or the week after?
Well, we either have to do it the Monday before Halloween, the Thursday after Halloween, or the Wednesday before Halloween.
All right, well, there will be a Halloween thing eventually. So, there you go. All right, so we want to take some calls from everyone. You call in through Skype. JRP the show is the handle that you must contact, and we'll get you guys in, and we'll talk about some stuff.
Yeah, I believe some people... someone asked if we would answer questions.
Yeah, we'll also take questions from the chat as well. because we got a little early, coming in a little early tonight. So
Yeah.
if you see any good, I'm looking through the Skype, John. If you see anything good in the chat, just call it out. We'll answer it. That'd be
Halloween themed Nazi porn. Oh, you said okay. Never mind. So what's funny is, yeah, like whatever I say will come out here like the timing is so weird.
cool. What?
So yeah, questions, folks. Questions. That's talk about Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan is the man. He's awesome. He really is.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say about Iron Wolf. Okay, favorite game ever, John. Go.
Favorite video game ever?
Yeah.
Or
Favorite
board,
game.
or board game?
Just game. Just game.
What kind of game?
Just game. It says just game. What are your favorite games ever?
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Resident Evil, Metal Gear Solid, Shadow of the Colossus. What else is good?
For me, I mean, I liked
Final Fantasy 6.
like Legend of Zelda, liked Link to the Past. Honestly, for all out for multiplayer fun, I really can't get over Team Fortress 2. I love that effing game. For deep stories and stuff, I don't know. World Ends With You is pretty fun, but I really liked Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Beautiful Joe kicked effing butt. That was pretty sweet.
I have a good question here. It is from Moondog. He says, OJ, is it true that Aquaman, a.k.a. the fish rapist, tried to molest you at Comic-Con?
Well, fortunately, we weren't by the takoyaki booth, so he couldn't summon undead octopi to attack me. But Aquaman was a little grabby. He made some comments about Mariana's Trench, and I was somewhat frightened, but I was able to escape. I shouted, "Oh my gosh, a blue whale, how improbable," and ran.
So I have a question from the Slinky Bitch.
Yeah, I was going to say this
It
one
says,
to you,
John,
too.
how did you become interested in the NBA? Well, I'm from New York, and basketball's a big deal. In New York, it's just it's a lot of courts and things. But I think the big reason is when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old, 9 years old. That's when you're kind of like becoming a person, a human.
Yeah.
And you kind of find interests in things that you like. So during that time, the Knicks were really, really good. So it was like 1990, 92, 93, 94. It was Patrick Ewing, John Starks.
Oh, man, the
those
NBA
guys.
Jam era.
Yeah, so that was like, they were like one of the best teams. So, yeah, people were into it, and when the team's good, and people get into it. So I went to a game. I asked my father I wanted to go to a game, and it was against the San Antonio Spurs, and they had David Robinson and all those guys. And we sat in like the very last. We scalped the tickets. We sat in like the very, very like last possible row of the entire Madison Square Garden. That was the first time I ever went to the Garden.
Wow.
But it was still really cool though, just to be in the Garden, and there was just so many people and all that stuff. And I just kind of became a lifelong fan. I love the sport. I played it. I went to Catholic school, so I was in like the Catholic Youth League or whatever it's called, the CYO, Catholic Youth Organization.
Yeah.
And you play against all the other, Catholic schools. And we had like the worst team.
Oh, you don't know bad till you saw our intramural team. Oy.
So I played it up until like 8th grade, and I told the story on the show a couple weeks ago where I got cut from the team. And then like the same day I started getting into like music heavily. So, and I've always been a fan. I just love the sport. I'm a big fan, and I'm looking forward to this season coming up. I've seen some of the preseason games, and it was fun.
Sorry, John. Go Celtic.
You don't even know anything about. You can't even name one guy on the team.
This is true. I don't even remember if Rondo's still playing.
So how could you tell me that?
To see your reaction.
Okay, trying to get upset.
I'm not trying to make you upset.
What else we got here?
All right.
How about Phillies fan 136? John, would you agree this has been one of the most disturbing episodes of the show ever? I'm gonna have to agree on that one.
Oh, come on. There's nothing disturbing at all.
Things got dark there for a little second. I'm gonna have to edit that out. That was a little bad. That got a little dark before.
I think it's fine.
All right.
X-World Law 8X says, OJ, D Gray Man or Gun X Sword? I'm sorry to say I haven't actually seen Gun X Sword, and I've only seen 2 episodes of D Gray Man. It was okay. I haven't finished it. I don't know if I'll go back to it, but hey, it's for free from Funimation on YouTube, so whatever.
Lone Wolf Crier, what? John, would you fuck a gaming console?
That question's for you, man.
I don't even. Why would I do it? Why have I done it? Yeah. All right, what else we got here?
Why would I decide? You don't have to choose. I mean, I have a question for OJ. This is from XX Stealth 56.
Yeah.
Do you think games can be philosophical? Oh yeah, dude.
I think
there are some games out there that really make you think about, what's right, what's wrong, and whether you're really doing the right stuff. Like they just mess with you. It's ridiculous. Okay, just play BioShock. Play BioShock.
I think everything's got can be full philosophical. Just tree. There's wisdom in all things if you just seek it out. Leaves brushing across the street. All right, here's one from Honored Village. Your favorite cheese?
Favorite cheese?
Yes, I'm a cheese man. Do you like the cheese?
I mean, as much as I like baked brie or camembert, I mean, I don't know. Usually, I just get I do like a good Swiss. I do like a good Swiss. I mean, it depends on what I'm doing. Like if I'm having crackers and stuff, camembert or something or whatever. But I'm just gonna go with a really good Swiss. Ooh, Dubliner. That Dubliner cheese is good too, and cheddar. Yeah, I don't know. I'm tough.
I like a lot of cheeses. I'm a cheese man. I like a cheddar. I like a spicy. We have like the jalapeno jack.
Like pepper jack.
Jack.
Yeah, baby. Now you're talking.
Yeah, I just love. I just put cheese on all kinds of things. Things it was never meant to go on. You just melt it down and it goes on everything. It's just very good.
Okay.
You like a Gouda?
Gouda's okay. Gouda's alright. Yeah, it's pretty good.
You like brie? That's kind of weird.
Brie's alright, but baked brie is really.
I don't know if I've ever had that before.
Really good. You cover it with some breading, put it in the oven. Delicious. You know what's really good? Shoestring French fries. Like Belgian style frites.
Yeah.
With brie and white truffle oil.
Wow. I will try if you make it for me.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
One thing I want to talk about, as I just remembered, I see people talking about different stuff in the chat. I did see the new CM Punk DVD that just came out. I actually got it in the mail yesterday. And it's tremendously good. It's got a documentary that I think anyone would enjoy, even if you're not a fan of wrestling and things like that. It's just about a person that just overcoming things and trying to achieve things, And it's tremendously well done. So I recommend anyone check that out if you have the opportunity to do so. So
it's that good, huh?
It's very good, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, if you ever felt like you've been someone that's you've been held back, or you've been mistreated, or crapped on for no reason.
Yeah.
It's basically what's happened to this guy, and the guy just kept pushing through, persevering, and then trying to achieve what he wanted to achieve.
Nice.
So it's good stuff. We got any other good comments here?
Favorite childhood game?
Favorite childhood game?
Mm-hmm.
What is this? What kind of game? Like a playing with the kids?
When you're a kid, this game meant a lot to you.
A video game?
Whatever. Probably video game, but whatever.
Huh. I don't know. My favorite childhood game. Well, video games. I kind of mentioned some video games, but I'll add F-Zero to that. Super Mario World. I don't know. Did you play game? Did you play games like they're not video games?
Nuts. I mean, Don't Break the Ice has a special place in my heart with Topple.
Did you break the ice?
Yeah,
You did.
a lot.
You broke the ice.
Yeah, I liked Topple a lot, but you know, if we're talking about Concentration was great too. But you know, I think as far as video games go, the one that really just struck me when I was a little kid was just Super Mario World, because that was a game that I could play with my family. Like my sister and I would play that all the time. We'd find all the secrets and whatnot. Those were good days.
Yes.
Those were good days.
Yes. Good. Let's get. We got a caller. It's his birthday today. Let's try to get him in here. Just happy birthday.
Is that a doggy photo? That's awesome.
I believe so. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
John, sing him the song.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Liam. Happy birthday to you. Fireworks.
That was an explosion at the end. Happy birthday. What have you done for your birthday today?
Just went to cinema.
Did you get any good presents?
Couple of DVDs.
Do you mind sharing anything with me that you got?
Not really. Went to see Paranormal Activity 4.
All right. Who's this dog you have here?
Sleeper called Tash.
Awesome. Well, Liam, we wish you a happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah,
do you
dude.
have any quick questions or anything?
OJ, what did you get me as a present?
That song.
What was that?
What did I get him as a present? That song.
Oh, yes. I don't think you asked for it, but you got it. So congratulations, sir.
Thanks.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thanks, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks, man. Happy birthday.
Okay. What do we got going on in the chat or anything?
Talking about Comic-Con a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. And someone's asking about my favorite voice actors. Dang, I can never remember their full names. I'm really bad. I'm sorry. And someone's also asking about favorite song, and I think mine is "Girl in the Sea" by No More Kings. So there.
What's your favorite voice actors?
I can't remember their names right now. I'm really bad at remembering names of voice actors. I'm terrible. What can I say?
Yes. Let's see.
Honored Village is saying that Swiss is obviously inferior to cheddar, and I'm saying that your argument has holes.
Ha. Ho ho. Well done.
Anyone who says I'm turning heel doesn't realize that if I was ever a heel, I was a heel the whole time. But since I'm not a heel, I was never a heel.
Yeah. Right on. All right, we're going to wrap it up unless you guys got... actually, let's try to get Mr. Mooney in here. I'm going to ask him a question. I know he was at Comic-Con, so maybe talk about his experience. I'll see if he's around. Let's see if he's there. La 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 la.
We've got some demand for reading.
Charles!
Yo!
What's up? What's going on?
Welcome, sir.
Charles, are you there?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you now. Charles, you were at Comic-Con. What was going on there? Did you see OJ? Was he out of control? Did he behave himself?
He was a little more behaved this time, I think, because more of the Ramborgia were there keeping an eye on him. So,
Okay. So how did Comic-Con go for you? What is some of the stuff you saw and some of the stuff you did?
it went pretty well. I got a 1-day pass for Saturday. It was my first year going there. When I first got there, I walked around the showroom floor and checked out like all the things people were selling and checked out the video game section.
Huge.
And there were a couple panels I wanted to go to. I went to the Dark Knight Returns Part 2.
Oh, okay, cool. Did you see the first one?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think about it?
I think it's really good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I'm looking forward to the second one. I guess that comes out early 2013.
Oh, okay, cool. So I was kind of upset. I'm like, I don't want to wait.
Yeah,
it's coming soon though.
But anyway, and then I also really wanted to see the Walking Dead panel, which was later in the day. It was at like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
But the crappy thing is, I guess between panels, the main panel room they had was called the IGN Theater, and it was like this huge theater room. I don't know how many people it sat. It was humongous, but
It was gigantic. Like I walked by it a couple times.
Yeah, but they didn't make people leave between panels, so there were some people that just sat in there all day, just to see that panel. So, I think next year, if I go next year, I think I'll get, the 3-day pass and do the floor one day, and then see what panels I want to check out, and just plan to camp out in that room or something.
Cool. Did you see anything like just crazy go on? Anything out of the ordinary, weird stuff?
I saw Hacksaw Jim Duggan was actually at a table. He was signing 2x4s. Trying to think what else I saw that was pretty crazy. Nothing that really comes to mind. It was, like OJ said, it was really crowded.
Did you feel like it was too crowded? Like it was, maybe kind of like took away from some of the fun of it? There's too much traffic.
A little bit. I mean, and then there were people there that you could tell they didn't know anything about comics. Or I saw this guy walking. He was following someone dressed like Black Widow.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna follow the X-Men."
Oh, come on.
It's
horrible.
And the cell phone reception in that building was really horrible too. Like,
I remember that.
Friend who lives in New York, he was meeting us there later in the day, and we had a hard time just getting a call to go through to him. So I spent maybe an hour just waiting near the entrance, seeing if we could either get him on the phone or see him come in. So
that sucks.
But yeah, it was overall it was a pretty good time.
Did you miss me, Charles?
What's that?
Did you miss me?
Of course.
Sounds like you guys had fun. I feel more upset.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. I recommend, if anyone's thinking of going there, I recommend getting the 3-day pass. It's only $15 more than the day pass, so
yeah,
it's definitely worth it.
Just get it in advance, right?
Yeah, because it sold out pretty quickly. So
right.
And you're right. Like the cell phone reception was so bad that vendors who were using Square Pay or whatever to handle their credit card transactions could barely get through. Like I had to hold on to a pole to try and get somebody to get a credit card to go through.
Yeah, it was pretty awful.
Yeah, like and then like, okay, this is desperate. We need to get these credit card things through. Let's try using the network from the convention. And that was bogged down so much we couldn't even get to the start page. So yeah, dude. So many people. If you tried to find a friend, good luck, right?
Yep. Oh, one thing I saw that was a little bit ridiculous was they had this table for Cologne.
Yeah.
Themed after the Avengers, and it's
what is it? What are the names of it?
They had Iron Man, the Hulk, Thor, and Captain America. I think they had a Black Widow as well. It was ridiculous though. Like I was wearing this Tony Stark shirt, and the one guy at the table saw that. He's like, "Hey, you could smell like Iron Man." I'm like,
it's like, how do you know what he smells like? He's a freaking comic book.
I tried to troll him a little bit. I said, "And what exactly does Iron Man smell like?" And he's like, "Well, not oil and metal."
It's all the tetanus.
It's like he probably smells like booze and some kind of oil or something.
Yeah.
I would think, right?
Yeah. So, but
and lube.
And nearly dying, like whenever he runs out of battery.
So then, like after talking to that guy, I was thinking to myself, and he's like trying to say, "Oh, this would make a great Christmas present for someone," And I was thinking to myself, if you gave anyone Incredible Hulk perfume or cologne or whatever, a guy or a girl, how would that person not get offended that you think they should smell like the Hulk?
Yeah, right.
Oy.
Honey, I want you to smell like the Hulk, and I want you to wear the sexy Ernie costume, and that's going to be my greatest day ever. All right.
Oh.
All right, so Charles, thank you, sir. We'll talk to you soon, man.
Sounds good.
All right,
It
bye.
was nice seeing you again, dude. Nice seeing you, dude.
Yep, good seeing you too. Take care, guys.
See you next time, huh?
All right, Jay, I'm going to wrap it up, man.
All right.
Are we back next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday, that is the 24th. Yeah, it should be good.
I'll be back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Justin.tv/StayBallsy.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Cyberdemon is streaming today after this at twitch.tv/Cyberdemon531. I believe he's streaming Doom 3.
Nice.
So you guys could go over there and check that out when we're done here. It's cool. And that's going to be it. You have a giant face right now.
I have a giant face all the time.
You're a frightening man. And
Thanks.
In more than one way. I mean, I'm going to have to remove that whole thing about if we were women part, because I went to a dark place.
Oh, you're going to cut it?
I think we should cut it, yeah.
Oh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating and listening and watching and being part of the show today. For OJ, this is John signing off. As OJ is duking and dodging something.
They said my camera's delayed, so I figured I'd go for it.
Okay. So, thank you for being a part of JohnRamboPresents, the very best and free and optional entertainment. Good night, and have a lovely evening. Adios.
Goodbye.